Still kind of a wet day, but everything's starting to get green. Gotta go recycle all my cans and bottles. Yeah, you gotta keep them inside the house, because if you put all the bags of bottles outside in the yard, someone's gonna come along and fucking steal them. That's how bad it's getting here, but we'll cash those in. 1985, just 3 cans short from 20 bucks. One more stop, just gotta mail this letter. In that letter is my application for my mining permit, which you need to apply for before you can start doing any kind of work. So hopefully I should have that back in a couple of weeks without any issues. We'll find out, because we're going to be prospecting pretty darn quick. Well, yesterday, because it's so shitty out, I didn't come outside the garage, so I'm outside today. It's a little better out, but I did manage to sell that Honda pump yesterday. And part of the trade, I also picked up another Honda 5-horse engine. I'll find a use for that somehow, somewhere. But we need to finish the log splitter now, so let's have a look. So Aubrey gave me a 5-pound axe head, axe, and I'm gonna sacrifice this one. But we need to press the axe heads out first. So what I'm gonna do is hacksaw them. I would use the chop saw, but nothing is worse than fiberglass slivers. I'd rather have crabs up in my asshole. Well, I put it in the press. I wasn't able to press it out, so I guess I'm going to have to try it the old-fashioned way. Drill some holes through it first, and then try to press it out again. I don't know what the fuck's going on, but that is bullshit. There's no give to these handles at all. Air chisel. Everything, so I'm just gonna go for fucking plan B, which I don't want to. I'm just gonna cut the handles off, leave them inside. This one's gonna be cut in half. Fuck it. I don't got time to fucking piss around. If I want to piss around, I'll go inside and jerk off. So fuck it, it's time to get real. Took like 3 cut-off wheels to cut this axe head in half. If I would have known beforehand it was gonna be that much work, I would have just used flat iron and sharpened it like most people do. So now to make my cross head. Take one of these bad boys, weld her right on like that. We're going to tack weld it in, do the same with the other side, then weld her up. Oh, why is everything going like shit today? You know, I was at like Princess Auto like 3 times yesterday, and I should have fucking picked up some MIG wire when I was there. I was welding that up and ran out of flux-cored. Which means, let's go get changed, head her down, pick up some flux-cored, and come back for fuck's sakes. Alright, new wire. Oh well, that kinda sucked. Hour wasted. Get new wire fed in. We'll be back in business. Come on, baby, just a little bit more. Just a little bit more. Oh. I just used flux-cored on the end of the blade because it's thin, but I'm going to burn a rod on both sides here and on the opposite side to kind of hold that in there nice and strong. Crossheads welded up. Now I need to extend the cylinder and see what I'm going to be working with. So I think I'll mount it somewhere close to the end right there, because that's a 12-inch stroke. And you really don't want to be cutting up 12-inch logs, so I'll make it so it's about 16 inches, 18. I think right something like that will work just fine. So what I'm going to do is cut this right there. You can kind of see the scribe's going to cut it across like that. That way it's going to fit in there. It's going to be welded. And then this, will be welded straight on there. Before on the opposite side, I cut a hole and welded it down. I'm going to weld it on top. Plus I'm going to weld a plate on the bottom. And hopefully that should be enough to make it structurally sound. So now all I gotta do is gotta tack that in place just like that. I think that's gonna be just perfect. So everything's looking good there. I'm going to take this plate right here underneath, line it up flush, and then we're going to weld it on the bottom. Kind of like right like that. Man, I got a mess of shit hanging out here. But anyways, the crosshead is welded on. You can see right there where the penetration is. There's a big plate underneath. Obviously, comes to the back here. And then also have another thicker scrap underneath that I put in the middle. So I'm hoping that should take care of any flex that may happen here. Will there be any flex in the middle? I don't know. That's to be determined, but I'm going to take it outside for right now. Mr. Tomcat, what are you doing? Alright, we're all assembled. Tomorrow I'll paint it. But the real test will be is how well it'll work. Will I have to make any modifications? Will the body flex is the big thing. Hoping I got this back piece reinforced enough that it's not going to twist too much. That's where I'm sitting at, fully extended, so the log should have lots of room to split. It'll fit about a 17-inch log in there, which is perfect, I consider, for campfires and that. Alright, it's motherfucking beer time. It's 8:30 at night and it's time to fucking pack it in. I put in a solid 6 hours to finish this project because I said I was going to finish this project. And I got one more project I'm going to start tomorrow to finish before the beginning of May. And then we're working on the 57 Chevy. Just like I said in May. But since you're watching this video, it's most likely going to be about middle to the end of June. So if you've been patiently waiting for me to start working on a 57 Chevy, don't worry. It's coming up very soon. This log splitter is set up to cut logs pretty much evenly around 12 to 14 inch radius. It will accommodate smaller logs. Like if I put 8-inch logs in there, it'll split it in half but make kindling at the same time. So we really gotta test it, but I'm gonna paint it first just because I don't think I'm gonna have any issues. And if I do, well, it's gonna be a shit show. Anyways, if you have any questions or comments, post them below. Otherwise, thanks for watching. Motherfucking beer time.